If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 15 of the third season here at AC Milan. We start with what should be an easy-ish game against Salerno in the Coppa Italia. We follow that up with a more difficult game at the weekend against Cagliari, and then with a bit of a break until the game against Napoli, maths, Ches. An 8-day break to the game against Napoli, as it's being played on the Sunday, not the Saturday, as is the case with the game against Cagliari. So we'll hope to get some transfer business done today. Still got a number of players we're trying to sell on. The board refused to give me any more money, though, as we asked them in the last episode. Why is it not? That's weird. It's not putting all the transfer listed people together. Apologise, I got confused there for a minute. But yeah, we've got a handful of people on the list. Mauri and, as you can see, Kutska, Vergara, Barreta, Paletta, Muru, Pato. Gertz is not for transfer. Donnarumma's not for transfer. Barros is the youngster we've just brought up from the scout or from the youth squad. So we'll hope to bring him into first team action. I'm actually probably going to play him against Salerno here, as I am with the young goalkeeper we have as well, 77 rated Bonaventura. So we'll see how they get on in this first game. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you drop the video a thumbs up rating and subscribe to the channel too if you haven't already. I'm currently, as you watch this, on holiday in Spain. So if you aren't aware, that's why we're only playing 2 games per episode outside of the transfer window as well as inside of the transfer window, as we normally do. We normally only play 2 games in the transfer window anyway, so it kind of works out because you know, you're not missing out on any content that you wouldn't be getting anyway with regards to this transfer window and these few days that we're in it. So hopefully you can appreciate the fact that I'm working my absolute tits off to get as much content out for you whilst I'm away as possible. And we'll start with this game against Salerno. If we can get if we can get 3 points against Cagliari and progression through in the Coppa Italia, I'll be very pleased. Bernardeschi throws it back to Barros. I'm having to play Barros at right back for this game and then Muru at left back. Obviously in the last game I played Florenzi as central defensive midfield, so I used Piccini at right back in my first team, which meant when I came to use my rotation squad for this game in the Cup against Salerno, he wasn't fit to play at right back, so I'm having to kind of readjust how I use my rotation squad, and I'll have to perhaps be more careful with the fixture list if I want to try Florenzi or use Florenzi in that CDM role. I'll have to make sure that because I'll be using Piccini at right back, if I do that, I'll have to make sure that I keep an eye on the fixture list so that if I do that, there's enough time for Piccini and or Florenzi to recover their stamina enough to be able to start at the beginning of the next game at right back. So Barros can, by default, play left back or right back, which is why he's on the right hand side, whereas Muru can only play at left back, hence why he is on the left hand side of my defence in this game. But Barros seems to have a very high work rate. He immediately, as soon as kickoff went, he was pushing forward down the right hand side, trying to get into an attacking position. I will have to change his number. It's defaulted in giving him the number 3, which obviously is retired here at AC Milan. Numerous times, every time I've signed a new player, it always gives him 3 or 6, because that's the lowest free number at AC Milan. But unfortunately, obviously, in real life, they've retired the number 3, so I'll have to alter that. I'd say remind me. I'm on holiday. You can't remind me, and I'm recording like 5 videos ahead of time. So I'll try and remind myself at the end of the video or the end of this game to actually change Barros' number. If I don't, feel free to shout at me in the comment section, and I'll just try and remember so that you don't have to shout at me. Here's Ogier. That's a good cross. Keeper's going to come, and Bonaventura punches clear. Oh no! Bonaventura with a smart second save as well. Yeah, that actually bent away. He got spin on his punched clearance. Great second attempt there to try and lob it over the goalkeeper that was out of his net. But thankfully for me, Bonaventura was quick and quick-footed and was able to get back into a position to stop that from going into the back of the net. They've been pretty decent so far, Salerno. Held possession well, which you kind of expect every single side ever to do on Legendary, so it doesn't really show too much initiative on their part. But Bonaventura makes another save, and we will eventually scramble this one away. This has been much harder so far than I expected it to be. I will admit that I perhaps was a little bit complacent coming into this one and expected it to be slightly easier than it has been. But hopefully now, as we push half an hour in, that I've realised that actually Salerno seem to be a decent side and can cause me some problems, we might be able to actually get ourselves in front, and we come close there with Simone Verdi. Let's take this corner. Elshar to stand it up into the middle. There's Thiago Silva underneath it, but it's going to drop to Jose Mari here, and he will shoot, and it'll be blocked, but it's dropped to Eli, and that's looping. Oh, but off the roof of the net and not into the back. Thiago Silva will poke that down the line to Simone Verdi. There's Elshar. Good footwork. We'll look for Pato. Roll the defender. Yes, that's worked quite well, and find the finish. What a fingertip save from the goalkeeper that was. Pato with a nice turn, but I tell you what, that was a fantastic save. Corner comes in. Who's going to win that header? It's Jorginho. It's dropped. Mauri. We get really lucky there. Salerno don't necessarily deserve to go behind in such unfortunate fashion, but I will take it. Really powerful header from the man in the middle, Jorginho, and it just kindly drops for Jose Mari. He's just stood there. All he has to do is then just side foot it in the back of the net. We'll take it though. 1-0 Milan. Bernardeschi with the throw into Mauri, to Jorginho, to Pato. Try and finesse it into the top corner. Oh, Finwish! Absolute stunner from Alexandra Pato. Decent. Very decent. I will take that. Not hard to work the move from the throw. Now that I've actually started to play with a little bit more purpose, that's a really nice finish. We're actually starting to dominate the game now, which is good. Thankfully, we should be through already now with the 2-0 lead, but we'll try and extend it if we can. Bernardeschi into Verdi. Get it to Pato, lay it off there to Jorginho, and there's plenty of space here for Stefan El Shaarawy to get in behind. We'll just turn inside that man and then get the finesser off, and that's 3-0. Yep, this is turning into the easy game that we predicted. Now, Salerno started very well, and I thought maybe I'd underestimated them and they were actually going to cause me a few problems, but after that first goal went in, especially the manner in which it went in, the heads have dropped, and it's turned out to be pretty simple. Now, 3-0 on the stroke of half-time. Oh. No, they're going for the 1-2. That could be 3-1. It is. Caught me completely off guard there with that 1-2. I couldn't sort my defenders out quickly enough. They turned back inside, and then you can see closed down with one, and then before I could switch back to Thiago Silva, they'd returned it back to the number 19. Good goal. Very well done. Plays it over the top of the outrushing Bonaventura. 3-1. Salerno might not be out of this just yet. Take this throw. Get it there to Mauri. To Jorginho. If you could tuck inside Mauri, that would be great. We'll get it to Verdi. Poke it to Mauri. Try and spin the defender. That's worked brilliantly. And Jose Mauri pings it tops. 4-1 in the 78th minute. They got one back at the beginning of the second half, but we weren't to be denied our big victory. 4-1 we now lead, and maybe we can make it 5 before the end of the game. Salerno fought well, but they just weren't good enough, unfortunately, for them, and they're going to be out of the Coppa Italia. We've got a throw. Can we make it 5 on the... well, practically last second of the game? It's a good cross. We might do. No, Bernardeschi can't get there, and that will probably and is final whistle. 4-1 victory against Salerno. Very simple game. Started off a little bit worried, but in the end turned out to be just a simple case of just brushing them aside. As we power through to the next round of the Coppa Italia, let's jump back to the main menu and see if we can get ourselves some transfers done. Modric has signed with Borussia Dortmund. You can see there in that news feed. He's gone to Borussia Dortmund for £22 million. Interesting move. Definitely one I didn't expect to see in the third season of career mode. And was that Raphael Varane in talks with Arsenal as well? Yes, apparently he's set to go there too. Is it done? Real Madrid have accepted a £30 million transfer and he's going to Arsenal. Some big moves going down in the window now. Let me quickly have a look at this tab. Yeah, that's done. Varane to Arsenal is done for 30 million. Varane to Dortmund is done for 22. And they're the only two notable deals of the window so far. The next biggest is 4.4 million for Uzbelis to, actually, is that Las Palmas, I think, from Besiktas? I'm not sure. I think so. Liverpool have signed someone, though. Kessie from Atalanta, who are the side that gave us a run for our money a couple of episodes ago. But anyway, let's move on to Cagliari, unless we get any information here. Transfer offers we do for Maksimovic, a player that I'm not going to sell. Never mind. RIP Crystal Palace. You're not going to get my 26-year-old 84 rated centre-back. Let's go and play Cagliari. Marco Sal with the spin. Gets it to João Pedro. Oh, Marco Sal will keep that in though. He's pretty goddamn quick, Marco Sal. So Le Merchant will look to come inside, but Bretonnier does well, or at least initially does well, and then seemingly just gives up on the ball. That's dropped perfectly for Donsa, but it's a great save from Gianluigi Donnarumma to stop them from taking the lead. It dropped so kindly for him there. I thought twice I'd been able to get the ball off them, and twice it dropped straight back to them, and they've come very close to taking the lead there after 7 minutes. Great header, but wide of the target. Florenzi through the gap to Berardi. I'm going to pull this back actually to Verratti first. Then we'll get it to Goetze, who's done very well to turn the defender there, but running out of space. We get it to Bacca. Good first touch. Shot straight at Colombi though. I should have tried to find the far top left corner rather than trying to just drill it in at that near post. There's a heavy touch from Marco Sal, but I can't change player to the right man quick enough to be able to get it back. But Romagnoli plays that pass straight against their man, but we have still got the ball. And Berardi will turn inside. Oh God, there's just always seems to be a Cagliari man right next to me as soon as I pass the ball off. Insigne gets it. We'll lay it out wide to Alexandro. Oh, Insigne's going for the run around the outside. All right, it works perfectly. I didn't expect that, but I look at Goetze at the back post here, and I'll try and nod it back in, looking for Bacca, but he's just headed it up high and past the goal for a goal kick, unfortunately. And there's confirmation again of Raphael Varane's £30 million transfer to Arsenal. Great move as far as they're concerned. Tonye out to Insigne. The defender was sprinting at me, so it was quite easy to turn inside him. Alexandro will whip the ball in. That's a great ball. Bacca with a diving header. Colombi makes a save. He was offside anyway. Great ball in from Alexandro, and Bacca did well to get on the end of it. How far offside was he? He couldn't have been far, surely. Oh, it's tight, but it's the right decision. João Pedro, that should be intercepted, but Romagnoli's touch only takes it. No! Oh, his touch took it straight to their man, who played through Marco Sal immediately, and he has smacked it tops. Donnarumma, I thought, was going to get there. His touch from Romagnoli was so bad. Like, what is that? And then the finish. Oh, I thought Donnarumma was going to get there, but it's such power behind it. Just couldn't get across to it in time. Never mind. 1-0 down. We're going to have to come from behind, but we did it in the last episode, so we'll do it again today. Oh, Keeps, what are you doing? Oh, wow, what am I doing? How have I not scored that? I can't believe that's just happened. I was so unprepared for him to kick it to me that I didn't take the chance properly. We should be back at 1-1. What have I actually just done? Just giving that straight to Verratti, who can poke this for Bretonnier. We'll look around the corner for Carlos Bacca, and Bacca will... Oh, draw us level with a thunderbolt of a finish. I needed that, Carlos. Desperately, thank you. I thought the way this game has been going so far, and especially after I messed up that chance that the keeper gifted us, I thought we were actually going to lose our first game of the league season. But what a finish from Carlos Bacca. He smacked that tops right into the top corner. Oh, he's rescued me. Carlos Bacca has absolutely rescued me. 1-1. Donnarumma with the goal kick. Can we get one last chance? Maybe. Maybe. Berardi's in behind. Oh, but everybody's closing him down. Keep going, Domenico. Keep going, Domenico. Ref? No? Don't be hurt. Do not be injured. Get up. I don't know whether he's going to be injured or not. He's not gotten up by the end of the whistle. He's up on his feet now, but that's because the game's ended and it might just have gotten him up even if he was previously injured. A 1-1 draw against Cagliari, which is a let-off. They were better than me there. They deserved all 3 points. Although, looking at the stats, 5 shots each, 3 shots on target each, 50% possession each. We'll have to wait and see what the league table looks like. Napoli haven't yet played. They play Sampdoria, so we'll have to advance a little bit, which we'll do anyway, trying to get some transfer stuff done if we possibly can. Still waiting to sell some people on if that is... Oh no, Napoli have apparently played now. Okay, so in between coming back to the screen, they've played and they've won, I believe, so the gap is now 4 points. Which sucks. We were getting a little bit closer. We've had a transfer offer for Alex Pato. Ah, but it's not what I want. I want at least his value, please, Celta. If you give me 14, that would give me a lot of room to work with in the transfer market. Please, Celta, please. Please, please, please. Oh, I've accidentally gone back into the league table. Transfer offer for Christian Bonaventura. Wasn't expecting that, to be honest. From Chelsea as well for 4.3 million. I'm going to reject all offers because he's not going anywhere. He's my backup goalkeeper. He's currently unhappy, probably because he's not playing enough games. But we've brought him up to the first team anyway. Now it's giving me a new email again, even though my inbox was empty. But never mind. We'll push on further towards the Napoli game. But all transfer offers for Florenzi, I don't want to sell. Sorry, Leon, you're not getting him, especially for 13.5 million. It's one of the best right backs you could get. We'll reject that offer for Berardi as well. He's not going anywhere. He's been fantastic for me. Pato, though, but he's Inter. We've already sold Jeremy Menez to Inter. Inter, if you're going to have him, you're going to have to pay me more money because you're a rival. So I'm going to want more out of you. If Inter give me 20 for Pato, I'll be delighted. They gave me more than they should have done for Jeremy Manez as well. Celta Vigo have offered me 12. I asked for 14.5 and they've offered me 12. Hey, 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 hey. I'll ask for 16. I know I asked for less last time. If I can just try and get them to bump it up a little bit, that gives me an extra little bit of time to decide as to whether Inter are going to come in for him again. And if they do... Nicola Muru. If Inter do come in, then it saves me agreeing for 12 or for closer to 14, and then Inter coming in and being like, oh, but actually we'll give you like 17, 18. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'd rather a little bit more for Muru. I can't remember what I paid for him actually, but we'll ask for 4.5. 4.5 would be enough, I think, for Nicola Muru, considering we've replaced him with a youngster that didn't cost us anything. And one more day, and what's going to happen? 2 emails. Oh, but nothing about any potential incomings or outgoings. Okay, well, no potential incomings yet because we still don't have enough money to bring in a player of quality that we want to bring in. So for now, that's going to bring today's episode to a close. In tomorrow's episode, we will play... we've had an extra game scheduled. Okay, well, tomorrow's episode we'll play Napoli and Bologna in the Coppa Italia. And then the episode after that, we'll play Empoli and Cagliari again, weirdly, and have transfer deadline day. But for now, that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. And for now, that's all from me. I'll see you next time.